What is up guys, Ace here from Fit to Play Games and welcome back to the channel. And this video today is called Games Lost in Games Regained. This is pretty much me buying some old games to put back into my collection to bring my collection back into its former glory by getting some of those old titles back into my collection. Now, I do have a banger of a title for you guys today that I recently picked up. Now, if you watched my previous video, I talked about changing the games pickup for 2022 by mostly focusing on games that I used to have and getting it back into my collection to make it a whole collection that I used to have. But that doesn't mean I'm not going to be picking up other games. I'm also going to be getting some more modern games. As you know, there's newer systems and newer games and different titles that's coming out, RPGs left and right. So, you know, I have to keep myself up as well. But this one is gonna be a banger of a title. So guys, if you like what I do in this channel and especially getting some of my old games back into my collection, if you appreciate that, then consider giving this video a thumbs up and also consider subscribing to the channel to keep this channel growing. Now with that being said, let's go ahead and talk about this new game and go ahead and do the unpacking as well. Alright guys, so this video is definitely a games pickup video, but it's like in the beginning of the video, like I said, this is catered towards me getting back some of those older titles that I've lost back in the past, and here I am just returning them back. So the video game in question is inside this package that we will get into in just a few. But before we get into unpacking this package, I just wanted to say that this video game was introduced to me by my cousin and is heavily attributed by my cousins Raymond, aka Ron, and Chris. Now, at one point in some of my videos, I did say that all the cousins grew up together in one big house in the city of Chicago, which we did. We shared video games, grew up loving video games. We played RPGs, fighting games, shooting games, etc. We played them all. It was one giant sleepover every single year. It's like 365 days every single year. Anyway, Chris and Ron, if you guys don't mind dropping a comments in the comment section, letting people know what makes this game awesome, your experience with it, and what binds us together with this video game. Anyway guys, now that's been said and done, let's go ahead and unpack this sucker. Alright guys, so let's go ahead and check out this package. Let's open it so you guys can see the game that I have been talking about. So here we go. Alright, I think my blade could use a little bit of Sharpie, but here it is. Unfortunately, when I bought the game, let's see if there's anything inside first. When I bought the game, it actually did not feature any I should say any casings, but I didn't really mind that just because I do not need a case for it right now. I can get that later on some other time, but as long as I have the video game and I'm able to play it on the PlayStation, then I'll be happy. I just want to be able to get the game into the entire collection once again so I can make them complete somehow. Anyway, this is the game. Let's check it out. There we go guys. So the game I'm talking about is Vandal Hearts. Now my cousins Ron and Chris would know a whole lot about this game as much as I do, considering that they were the ones that introduced the game to me when we were younger. After playing the Final Fantasy series, Final Fantasy 7 and 8, I was looking for something different. We were all getting into the Resident Evil at that time, and then my cousin Ron pulls out Vandal Hearts out of nowhere, and I tried it. I saw him play it for once, and then I totally got into the game and I started playing it and I loved it. Now, if I were to compare this game and I were given a choice between the Final Fantasy Tactics versus the Vandal Hearts, I would choose the Vandal Hearts. Number one, just because the Vandal Hearts series definitely is, I don't know, there's this certain charm about this game. I think the pixelated type of game where I think the fact that it's so unpolished, even though it's unpolished, it's a complete game that you can play with. And I feel like I prefer the combat system in Vandal Hearts more than the Final Fantasy Tactics for some reason. And like I said, if I were given the choice between the two, I would literally choose Vandal Hearts over the Final Fantasy Tactics game. I don't know why. I'm a big fan of Final Fantasy. As you guys know, it's probably on my top 10 list of RPGs to play for the PlayStation, but in terms of tactical RPG, I am going to have to give it to Vandal Hearts. Hence, that's why I got the copy of it. I think I got this over eBay. Now, if you guys buy this complete on eBay, you guys are shelling out at least about, I would say, close to $100 to $150. But I saw that there was a separate just disc only, and I did not. Oh, it looks very clean too, to be honest. And I did not want to not get it just because it was missing a case. I got it because I really want to play the game, and you guys will know about the game pretty soon enough and why I've been trying to get more of these games back into my collection. Anyway, that is Vandal Hearts. Let's go ahead and flip this camera over. Alright guys, so there you have it. That is the big reveal. That is Vandal Hearts for the original PlayStation. This is the very first tactical RPG that I have ever played on the PlayStation. Had I known somewhere along the line that this game would be so expensive to try and get back into my collection, had I known that back in the day, that I had the foresight to know not to sell it, then I would have never sold it. But at the same time, I felt like it was an equal trade for a game, because I felt like when I sold Vandal Hearts back in the day that I wanted to get a game that was of equal gameplay to me. It wasn't for profit nor monetary gain. I sold the game so I can get something of equal gameplay the way I enjoyed Vandal Hearts. So whatever I swapped this game with when I sold it, it would have been something that's worth and probably have the same gameplay as Vandal Hearts, or maybe something different but would still be worth the same as the Vandal Hearts. So that's my 2 cents on why I sold it, and now finally got it back into the collection. I'm super happy, and I want to thank you guys for joining me and watching this video today. Hope you guys enjoyed this video and learned that never sell a video game if you think that that is something that you should keep. Anyway, thank you so much again guys for watching the video. If this is your first time in the channel and you enjoyed this video that I have made, then consider subscribing to the channel so we can keep this channel growing. Until then guys, I will see you on the next pickup or the next video games lost and video games regained. Till then, see you next time. Later.